Can't you see that I'm very busy?
Fine. Hello!
Good morning. Glathier is acting even stranger than usual, don't you think?
No.
So long.
You too.
How do you do?
Hello.
Hello.
Hail.
Do you know what happened to Mercator Hosidus? I haven't seen him at the castle lately.
No.
What's the news from the other parts of Tamriel?
I understand Daedra worship has become increasingly prevalent in the Somerset Isle.
The Altmer have powerful wizards. It could be a dangerous situation.
Goodbye. How do you do?
Hello.
I'm Gaston Cirilli. Perhaps you've met my brother David. Together, we are the Cirilli Brothers Winery. Skingrad is the wine-producing capital of Tamriel. You must sample our local wines. You'll never taste better. The 415 vintages were particularly good. The 399, well, You too. What do you want? You may have heard that he's a bit touched in the head, and that may be true. But he's always been a quiet neighbor, never given us any trouble. Bye.
Greetings, Dunmer.
How are you?
I'm a fair hand at grapes and bows. Shamir, grower and trainer. But I suspect you want to shoot, not grow grapes. Am I right? Pay attention and you can learn a lot. Bye.
You've got some nimble fingers. What have you been getting into? I'm Bernadette Pinellis. I work for Tamika. I grow grapes for her wines. Urus the shepherd sure takes care of his sheep. And boy, I've lived here all my life. Bye. Good morning.
Hello. Well met.
What is it?
Good to see you. Good. I hope I can help. You too.
I am Ambrose Can. Grape. Look for Andragil. You can find.
Be seeing you.
Hi, we're here to serve.
You too.
So, what did you discover about... Just as I suspected, they've gotten to you, too! Not one of them involved in the conspiracy, and you expect me to believe? Now I know for sure that they are all in on it, and therefore they all have to die, starting with you!
Do your worst.
And to... Ow!
Hello.
Please leave me be.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry.
Halt! This area is off limits to anyone except the Bruma City. This area is off limits to any. You're going to have to leave. This is a culprit in this crime has already been dealt with. It's just a matter of wrapping up the details. I'd tell you more, but frankly, make it quick. For me, thanks. I suppose there's no harm in telling you what happened. Word is bound to get around Bruma anyway. Turns out that Braden Lyrian is a vampire. Or was. If it wasn't for Rainiel Draelis, we may never have uncovered the truth. Let me explain. In the last week or so, we've found 2 bodies stashed in shallow graves outside the city walls. The bodies had puncture wounds. The bodies were those of some beggars who used to wander the streets looking for handouts. Vampire probably thought no one would miss them. Luckily for us, Rainiel arrived in town. He said he was a vampire hunter, so we asked for his help. He tracked the vampire to this house. When he entered the place around noon, Braden was sleeping. He was able to slay him at that point. Luckily, Braden's wife wasn't home. Poor thing. She didn't even know her husband. We did a follow-up investigation, and it's true that no one recollects seeing Braden out in the daylight. He's only been spotted at night. I'm afraid there's not much more to tell you, so you can see we really don't need any help, but thanks for the offer. As far as I know, he was a good man. I never saw this coming. I'm impressed. It only took him a day to track the vampire down. I guess that's why he does it. The Blackwood Company takes any... Feel free to question anyone in town.
I can't believe that. Please, please, I need your help. My husband was no... Forgive me. This is all happening so... I came home only just a few hours ago. I found the door open and my Braden dead. I screamed and ran out into the street. Some city watch were nearby and heard me, I suppose. I heard the Dunmer identify himself as Rainiel Draelis. He said he was a vampire hunter. The guards seemed to know about Rainiel, and after a search of the house, the body of some beggar was found stashed in our basement. The guard sent for Carius, who is an investigator for crimes here in Bruma. In minutes, Rainiel convinced Carius that Braden was a vampire. Well, of course it does. It was obviously planted here. Why would he stash a body in his own house? That's ridiculous. And another thing. The guards are making a big deal out of no one seeing Braden out in the daylight. Well, of course that's the case. He works at night and has to sleep during the day. Why does that make him a vampire? It's all that Rainiel character. I don't trust him. The thing that bothers me the most is that I swear I've seen him before. Of course, he says he's never been here. Look, there isn't much more to say. Please, help me clear my... I have no idea where he'd be. Just find him and make him tell you the truth. I swear he's a... I've heard that Arentia's... I know I sound desperate, but I...
What can I do? I know I may be out of line by saying this, but I think the city guards may be wrong. It's hard to imagine Braden was a... I could have sworn I saw him outside in the daylight before. Unless he just got that disease very recently, I'd say they were mistaken. When I heard Raynil killed him, I didn't know what to think. But after your visit here, I'm beginning to wonder. I usually don't give out that kind of information, especially to people I don't know. Oh, we'll see. That'll get you something. Raynil's staying in the last room down the hall upstairs. Here's the key. I always liked Braden and Arlene. They were a nice couple. I hope you get to the bottom of this, because I don't believe he was a vampire either. Hello! What can I do for you today? Gelliborn? That's odd that you should mention that name. Raynil told me that he was the last vampire he hunted. Yeah, that's right. Somewhere in Skingrad, I believe. He said he tracked Gelborn down and killed him. That's apparently why the guards trust him so readily. They had gotten word from Skingrad's City Watch about Raynil and his so-called accomplishment. Just look... for me if you need anything else.
Hello.
So, any new revelations in your... investigation? I'm sure Arlene is very upset. She'll be safe, though. Raynil has confirmed with us that she isn't infected. Her accusations that Raynil is lying is not surprising. At this, I suppose if I found out a loved one was some... How do you know about that? Too many people don't know how to keep quiet about official matters. The Skingrad City Watch informed us that... What do you mean you disagree? I don't know what to say. It all makes perfect sense now. Why else would Raynil have removed this journal from the... I heard no mention of a key either. It must have been removed by Raynil from Braden's body before we arrived. To think that 2 innocent men were killed, and that I'm responsible for one of their deaths, I'm speechless. I will rouse the guard and begin a search for him in the city. Meet me at Olev's Tap and Tack in 1 hour.
Hello. Do you have any more questions? I'm afraid... Yes, I remember Braden mentioning that name once. He was part of the Brotherhood he had created. I know I sound desperate, but I...
A coin for an old beggar.
Just before I arrived here, I received a report from one of our scouts watching the roads. Raynal was spotted heading west out of Bruma. The scout tried to follow, but lost him in the mountains. The only cave to the west that comes close to the one described in Gelliborn's journal is Boreal Stone Cave. That must be where he's headed. You must get there before he acquires whatever artifact is being kept there and makes his escape. I'm keeping the city guard in Bruma, as Raynal doesn't know we're after him. If he sees a guard, he may panic and run. You're my only hope at the moment. Please, you have my authorization to do everything you can to bring him to justice. If he won't surrender, I think you know what to do. Hurry. I fear you have a day at the most to stop him. If all you say is true, Raynal will answer for Braden's. Raynal will pay for both. I can't wait to get my hands on Raynal. He'll become very familiar with Bruma's dungeons, or the end of my blade. You hear about Jorunda? Please hurry. Raynal may make a...
Congratulations. I had a feeling you would catch on sooner or later. Leaving that journal behind was a... I saw you enter Olav's tap and tack before I could get there, and I knew that I had to sneak. It was only a matter of time before you or Carius figured it out. No matter. After I've killed you, I won't need my vampire hunter ruse any longer. Certainly not. I'm surprised Carius didn't send the entire city watch up here. But then I would have seen that coming, I suppose. I expected to lay low for a while and then be on my way. So again, I underestimate. This leaves me with little choice. Either I fight you now and have a chance at freedom, or I surrender and rot in a city. I prefer... Yes, I suppose it is. Die, cur! Oh, let's get this over with! Ah.
Good morning. Hail.
May I help you?
What news do you bring? Long ago, I made a promise to Braden. I promised to never reveal to anyone what I'm about to reveal to you now. However, because you've avenged his unjust death, I feel that Braden told me about this amulet when they first brought it home from whatever distant land it came from. He never really trusted anyone else in the group, and before he secured the treasure in that cave, he had a special enchantment placed upon it. The magic masks the true identity of the item. All it takes is a simple command word, and the amulet would be restored to its true state. No, he always feared this day would come. He left me knowledge of that word in the event that he died, if the other members of Braden's group were still alive, and I on my deathbed. Only then would I... If you'd give me that amulet, I would like to show you what you've recovered. Thank you. I will now speak the word Brotherhood. Here is the amulet back. It's as beautiful as it was the day I remember seeing it long ago. I want you to keep it, as I have no... I'm certain that's what I want, and I'm certain that's what Braden would. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I hope that the amulet helps keep you safe on whatever road... I'm glad he's dead. I know that's a horrible... I'm listening. See? Was that hard? Justice has been done.
Well met.
You look like someone who's comfortable.
What do you want? May I interest you in some of my fine wares? That's more than I... You've made a good bit of gold. That's more than I'd usually pay. You got a great deal there. Thank you for your patronage. Good day.
Always a pleasure.
It's my pleasure. I'm glad that's... May I interest you in some of my fine wares? Hope to see you again soon.
Always a pleasure. What's this about? Hear about your uncle. He was caught stealing gold, and now he's in jail.
What's your story?
I bet Honora's beside herself with me. How are you?
just 1 coin?
Hello.
Greetings to
Oh,
you.
it's you again.
How do you do?
It is good to see you again. Only quality goods for sale here. What can I interest you in? A good price? That seems a fair price. You got a great deal there. That's a fair deal. A pleasure to...
Please, return soon. It's always a pleasure to see.
How are you?
I've been better. With you.
Really? I saw one crab.
What a shame.